Good afternoon. I am your host, Mark-Gabriel, and I'm coming with more biblical truth. The question is, people in Israel of today, are they the real Hebrews or Jews of the Bible? The answer is no. And I have biblical truth that can prove it. Starting with Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 64, 65, and 68. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other, and thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood or stone. Among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall thy sole of thy feet have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling of heart, a failing of eyes, and a sorrow of mind. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, and by the way thereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you or save you. That the word buy means save. See it for yourself. Now, the only group of people in recorded history that was taken from one land to another by ships were the black American or so-called African Americans, which are the true descendants. We're the only race. Yeah, Egypt means the land of bondage biblically. Bondage is slavery. Where in history were these so-called Jews enslaved? It's nowhere recorded, because they wasn't. They don't even believe in the Old Testament. So how are they the true Hebrews? Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 11. Check this out. Starting at verse 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, from Egypt, from Pathros, from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. He shall have set up an ensign for the nation, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Okay, now, the root of Jesse. Okay, define that. King David was the son of Jesse. They also called the Messiah the son of David, because the Messiah came through David's bloodline. So they'll make the Messiah the root of Jesse, not the United Nations. See, the United Nations is the one that put the so-called Jews over there in the first place. Now, this hasn't been fulfilled yet. This prophecy has not been fulfilled yet, because the real Hebrews are still dispersed to the four corners of the earth. Now, look what the Messiah has to say about those who claiming to be his people and are not. Revelations chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the whole world, to try them to dwell upon the earth. Now, with that in mind, that's telling us that these people that claim to be Jews and are not, they actually, the world has took the heritage, the wealth, the identity of a whole race of people and give it to another who claiming to be these people and are not. That's why the whole world is out of balance right now. Everything is out of balance, because you got people dwelling in a place they do not belong. Until that day cometh, the world gonna stay out of balance until the rightful owners and the rightful people are put back in their land. Now, the valley of dry bones. Can these bones come to life again? The answer is yes, because we are coming to life. We are awakening. Some of us are still asleep, but some of us are waking up and realizing that we are God's true people. America gonna be punished, gonna be utterly burned by fire, and the whole world gonna be punished for their great deception, the conspiracy they have caused against God's people. Well, that's all I have to say. But it's just a matter of time. And these people that go on, they call themselves Christians, thinking they're the bride of Christ. That's not so. The bride of Christ are God's people.